For last trip, I had Stacy along with me, and she was just a perfect companion on our trip. And when she got back to the United States after the very deep emotional experience that she went through in the camps of being with many children, with many families, she just immediately decided to start her own family or add. So she became pregnant, and she's expecting a beautiful baby girl soon. So this time it's three of us on this trip, and my sister Connie is coming with me.
First, to tell you the truth, I thought I wasn't really worthy of coming because I know you and Yuen-Lin and Stacy, you're just 100% dedicated to this, and I have my own job, I do my own thing. I've always been interested in what you do, I've always participated, but coming here is, wow, a big honor, and I hope I bring the message and I can take back the message and just be a good messenger.
Yuen-Lin, how is it now for you being on this side? Usually you're in the United States and taking care of all the tech complexities, and now you're going to be out here doing also the technical part, but then also being one of the citizen reporters.
Well, I feel humbled to be here, and I hope that there is a certain amount of pleasure being here. It comes with some responsibility, as Connie alluded to, and as she said yesterday, she hopes that this will be a productive trip, that we can actually make a big contribution to the return of Darfurians to their homes, and I feel the same way. I hope that we can actually make a concrete contribution here. So I just feel obliged to try my best. And the other thing I guess I should mention is that I think the IACT team is much more than what you see on the camera.
Oh yes.
There are many people working in the States, working extremely hard to bring this connection to you. So.
And we're definitely, I know that in previous IACs we always say it, but we're just regular people. I mean, we're not professionals at any of these things, and it's really just citizens deciding to do something. So we have 2 mics. For me, it's the third time that I'm coming to Chad and then out to the refugee camps. So I already had an idea of what I'm coming to and what we're going to see out in the camps. For you, just landing in N'Djamena in Chad, what's your first impression?
I've been to some fairly poor places, but I think this is something I haven't really seen before. So the level of poverty and just arriving at the airport on the way to the hotel, seeing a lot of armed men on the streets just roaming around made quite an impression.
It looks beautiful. The country looks green in some places. This river here is beautiful. But yes, coming in, there's this feeling of tension. I was just telling Gabe today that the people, although they're not rude, they're not friendly either.
They seem guarded in a way.
Yes, I don't know, there's this strong feeling that something's just not easy. It's hard to live here.
We're here because of what is happening in Darfur, but you arrive in Chad and you know that they are going through their own thing, and like Yuen-Lin said, it's already a poor country, and they're going through some instability with rebels fighting, and then they have to take in, almost 250,000 refugees from Darfur. So you can just imagine what kind of stress that puts on a country. And it's definitely not just about awareness. It's not for people to feel sorry about what is happening in Darfur. I think one of the things they'll see, and people have seen from the previous trips, is that the people from Darfur are very, very resilient, and they're beautiful people, strong people. So it's not about feeling sorry for them. It's really just to again return them to the way they used to be, so that they can continue their lives the way they used to and the way they like to. We're really about immediate action, so that people connect with individuals, but then hopefully it moves them to do more about this situation, and that we just not, I mean, we don't want to continue coming out here every year, and now it was like half a year for our return. We'd want to return one day, but to tell the happy story of the people from Darfur going back to Darfur.
Right.
So that's our mission. Well, I had this very nice itinerary planned out where we would get here immediately next day, jump on a plane, go out to Eastern Chad, and even as I was typing it, I knew that it was more of a dream, you know, the ideal of what would happen, but always know that the situations on the ground change everything. And so our first 2 days are going to be here in N'Djamena.
Today was a day of just trying to get our paperwork. We needed permits to be here in the country, and then after those permits, we need permits to be in the, over at the camps. So our day was just going back and forth.
We cannot get on a plane until Wednesday, the 11th, so that's when we head out to Eastern Chad and out to Abeche. Once in Abeche, we're a little bit more flexible in our movement because we get our own car, we hire our own driver. We have Ali again this year, who's been great as a translator and guide. And then the only thing is security is an issue. So we can move around on our own. UNHCR has told us that we don't have any restrictions as far as where we go, but they'll give us the best information as far as security, and then we make our decisions. So we're definitely going to be as safe as possible given the circumstances of where we are. But the plan is to land in Abeche. Abeche is the biggest little town in Eastern Chad, and if you would have this map to scale, N'Djamena would be way outside of the picture. And from there we're going to go east. On our way to our first compound where we stay for the night, we're going to stop at one camp and make a quick stop and just see some of the refugees that we've seen the last two visits, the last 2 years, and then head out to where we're going to spend the night, and then from there we'll stay 3 or 4 nights depending on again what's going on in the region, and then we're going to head up north to some of the camps that are up in the northern eastern part of Chad. And again, it's all day to day, almost minute to minute. We're going to be checking in with UNHCR and asking about what's the safest.
In the past 2 years, I was on the US side of this project of IACT, and I just want to point out to everyone who is watching this that try and look deeply into the situation. And although as Gabriel pointed out, you see images of resilience, of survival, and sometimes things may not look that bad, right, at a superficial level, but I think it's important for each one of us who is concerned about this to come to a deep understanding of, at all levels, what are the implications of a certain thing that you hear in the news. When you hear that Sudan has accepted 20,000 peacekeepers, well, what's the fine print? Because it usually comes with a but. 20,000 peacekeepers, but and so they have to be commanded by African Union, so and so. The details have to be worked out, and if you look at history, this has been continuing in the same fashion for a long time. First it was in various forms.
Yeah, for 4 years as far as Darfur, and it goes even deeper, but and for 4 years there has been promises, there has been so many breakthroughs supposedly on the diplomatic side, but it has never meant an improvement of conditions for the people of Darfur. So I think what Yuen-Lin is saying is just so important, that we cannot just see a 60-second news brief about peacekeepers going into Darfur, or that there has been some type of an agreement. It doesn't really mean anything until we see a protection force in Darfur, and we see a true peace in the region, so that the people can start going back home.